All right, so first up on the show is Mike Marlowe. He's the owner of Veteran Home Inspections. And Mike, I know you're going to kill me for this, but how do you pronounce your last name?
Marlowe.
Marlowe. Mike Marlowe. I need to write that down a little bit differently on here, I think. So after a 20-year career in the U.S. Navy, where he met his wife, Jamie, and they started the home inspection business and are recognized experts here in the San Antonio area. So during this segment, we're going to talk specifically about when should a buyer get a home inspection or a mold inspection done? Are mold tests always needed? What happens during the inspection, and how much do they cost? And is there a need for a concern? Like if you find mold, is that really a problem? Is that something we need to be paying attention to? So the first thing I'm curious about, though, is how serious is the mold problem here in the San Antonio area?
It's bigger than a lot of people think. With the humidity that we have, the storms, all of that, we see a lot of mold year round.
I'm kind of surprised by that. I know it's humid here, but Joey, out there in the field, do you see, does mold come up on inspections that you see?
From time to time it does.
Yeah.
If it's not properly ventilated, and I'm sure that's what we have our expert over here is going to tell us all about it, but
yeah, absolutely.
You do see it from time to time with the humidity.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me see. When it comes to, I guess, the idea of getting a mold inspection done, when should someone do that?
Well, so there's three big reasons to get a mold inspection. The first is that you find mold or something that you think is mold.
And that's the black spotted stuff that we see on the sheetrock and all that, right?
All different colors, black, green. I've seen pink, blue. Yeah.
I've never seen pink or blue.
Interesting.
Not very frequently, but we do find it.
Okay. That sounds deadly. I don't know. Yeah. If it's pink, I'm running.
Another time would be is if you've had a water event, either a roof leak, a plumbing leak, or something like that, especially if it's gone on for more than a day or two, there's a good chance that mold could start growing. So you want to make sure that it hasn't, and if it has, take care of it properly.
Yeah.
The third time, and this is a little bit more, dependent on the person, is if you are really sensitive to mold or you have allergies or someone with a compromised immune system, you may want to get a mold inspection on a house you're buying just as a precaution.
That's a great advice. Mm-hmm. So when someone calls in for a mold inspection, what's the process look like? So obviously somebody's going to take their call. We're going to get it scheduled. But as far as going out there, what happens during that process? And can the homeowner be present when that happens?
Yeah, homeowners, home buyers, our clients are always welcome to attend all of our inspections. It's a lot easier for everybody when they're there. But when we come in, the first thing we're going to do, I'll walk around the house. I'm looking for mold, and I'm also looking for signs of water intrusion, because the water intrusion is what leads to the mold.
Yeah.
So we're going to look for the mold. We're going to look for the water. And then, if we find mold, we'll take a sample of that to confirm that it is, in fact, mold and figure out what type it is. We'll also do air sampling to see if the mold is airborne.
Okay.
And we send that all off to a lab, and we normally have the results from the lab the next day.
How long does the actual inspection process take at the house? It probably vary depending on the size of the house.
It depends on the size, but like a typical 2,000 square foot house, maybe an hour.
Okay. So that's not too bad at all.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So when someone, so is it bad for people to ignore the problem? It's one of those things, maybe we're afraid of the answer.
Oh, yes.
Right? We're like, it could be, but I don't want this label, right, of, I've got mold in the house. And I had this problem many, many years ago, and I was a little bit nervous about what the process was going to be. Are they going to need to tear down a section of my house or what? So as far as that goes, should they, they're nervous, but should they call in anyway?
Well, it's not going to get better on its own.
Oh.
So if it's a really small area, that may be something that you can take care of on your own. If you're getting up into larger areas, especially, if you're up in 25-ish square feet of mold, you really need to bring in an expert. I would recommend an expert even on smaller jobs, but once you get to 25 square feet, that's a lot of mold.
Can you give me an example of what a small job would be? Like maybe it's something that somebody could handle on their own.
Like The mold that develops, kind of on the walls in your shower when you don't
that's
run the
good.
bath fan on a regular basis. Something like that could be an easy cleanup. The key is don't use bleach. Bleach does not,
that was my next question. What do we
bleach
use?
does not work on mold.
Okay.
You need something that is specifically designed to kill mold. There's several really good products out on the market that you can get at
Home
at
Depot
most
or
of
something?
your Home Depot, whatever. But concrobium is one that we really recommend a lot.
How harsh is that, say, on the
It's
user?
not.
So they can put it on with their hands, no gloves?
I would still use gloves because it is a chemical and all. Just follow the label instructions.
Okay. All right, well, that's cool because, to be honest, I mean, Victoria, bleach in the shower, what are you using?
Honestly, I thought bleach was the thing to use. I'm surprised to hear that.
Yeah, and that leads to a lot more work for us. So thanks.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it does not kill the mold.
Interesting.
Well, okay, so it doesn't kill the mold, but how does it make it worse?
All the water in the bleach that they've diluted it with. Actually, about a week or two later, you'll start seeing even more mold growth.
Huh.
Wow.
All right, so give us the name of the stuff that we should be looking for again.
Concrobium, CONCROBIUM.
All right, cool.
Gonna write
All right,
that
for
down.
those watching the YouTube version of this, I'll see about putting a link down there to it. So awesome. So how much are we looking at to have somebody come out and do a mold inspection?
So again, 2,000 square foot house. We started $350 for a mold inspection. And if you're listening to this show, we're putting out a promo code KTSA1, and that gets you $25 off your mold inspection. So
Very
just
cool.
Put that in the coupon section, or mention it to our office staff when you call in to order.
And is that KTSA and the number one?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Very cool.
Awesome. All right, so if folks want to get in touch with you guys, what's the contact info?
Okay, so our phone number is 210-202-1974, and you can also find us at www.sanantoniomoldinspector.com.
Awesome. All right, thanks for that. That's great, useful information. I tell you what, I got a takeaway from the show. Did y'all get one too?
Well, two of them. I didn't know the mold was pink.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I saw it, it was like, whoa, okay.
And I got to hit the Home
Extra
Depot.
scary.